she finds some weird stuff in the bedding, too. Like, she's like, oh, there's something in here, and there's like a teddy bear, and then she finds something else, and she's like disgusted by it, and I couldn't see what it was because the video was old and grainy, and I was like, it looked kind of like cheese? Was it cheese?
Baby Heath runs in the room. That's my later cheese. Fuck you.
Midnight snack.
I love later cheese.
In his bed.
Oh my God.
Having some later cheese alone in your house.
God awful movie.
Welcome back to the GAMcast, where each week we sample another selection from Christian cinema, except when Eli decides he's been too easy on us, and we do 2 of them. I'm your host, Noah Lugeons, and sitting 700 miles to my immediate left is my good friend HeathEnwright. Heath, welcome back.
Thanks, Noah. So, you know who'd be a great politician?
Who's that?
Al Jolson. Al Jolson would be an amazing Democrat politician.
Qualified. And sitting 900 miles to my northeast is my bad friend Eli Bosnick. Eli, how are you this fine afternoon, sir?
I'm amazing, Noah. Thank you for asking. Glad that Heath is back. In case you were wondering, yes, it was Steve buying his ticket that brought him back.
Okay. All right, Steve.
Yeah, so Steve, you did it.
Steve
did it on everybody's behalf.
And here's one you might not have expected. Sitting to Eli's immediate right is our special guest masochist today, the one and only Anna Bosnick. Anna.
Hi.
How the hell did Eli talk you into this?
Noah, I'm not going to say why, but I'll just say it has to do with
because it's our Valentine's Day episode.
Because it's Valentine's Day.
And what better way to show you love someone than to expose them to old-time misogyny times 2?
I'm not going to lie to you, Noah. There might be a divorce coming.
Right. No, yeah. I've noticed that repeatedly in the notes. There's like legal language in there. At one point, there's an order there that he has to disclose all his finances. Okay, well, it's weird. All right. So the listeners are dying to know, will you angrily storm off at some point in this record?
You know, Noah, I tried and then realized I couldn't and had to storm right back into the room and turn the movie back on.
Well, see, that's what cracks me up about when Eli says, and this is the point where Anna storms out of the room. And I'm just like, well, that's one of the points where I stormed out of the room. Right? I mean, yeah. Okay. So tell us, Heath, what will we be breaking down today first?
Yeah, we watched 2 different movies again, just to be clear. First up, we watched The First Valentine. It's the story of that time the Hallmark Company invented Valentine's Day in 3rd century Rome. Also about how God loves spending time with blind people. God loves spending time with blind people.
And Eli, how bad was that movie?
Well, if you love Roman fertility rituals, but you wish they had more children pretending to be blind, you will love this movie.
and that's, by the way, that's an exhaustive list of the people who will like this movie, right?
All right. Yep. So that's what we watched first. Get excited. And Noah, why don't you tell us what we'll be breaking down second?
Yeah. Okay. So we also watched Love is for the Byrds. This is another BYU production. It's the story of a couple of boring people realizing that they're really, really boring and not realizing that makes for a bad movie premise.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And I've never gotten to ask this before. So, Anna, how bad was that movie?
Well, if you listen to God-awful movies, but you have never actually made it all the way through a single one of those movies, you will want to kill yourself. Fuck this movie. Fuck this podcast. Fuck you, Eli. I want a divorce.
Already? Wow, we're in the A segment.
You got to put headphones on them. That's the way.
Getting half of those Spider-Mans. I'm getting them.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys. This is the Valenticular.
Valentine's Day.
Okay, so one question before we get to the best worst. I'm going to ask you guys, of the 2 of these, which was more romantic? Was it the one with the elderly fella and the 14-year-old girl, or was it the?
I'm going to stop you right there, Noah. It's A. It's a-
2 votes.
Three votes.
I like my child porn unsubtle.
I gotta say, honestly, the fucked up thing is, though, that's also the right answer. Right? Between the romance between the two. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys use either if you want here. Is there anything you guys want to nominate one of these for being the best at being the worst at?
Yeah, I'm going to go with best worst blind person.
Solid choice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the main characters in the first movie we're doing is supposed to be a blind little girl.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, that is the correct phrasing, Anna Bosnick. She is incapable of remembering what that means.
Yep.
And so is everyone involved in the movie. She's like locking eyes with people.
Yep.
She's running through obstacle courses. She runs through a DMV and she's like, A, X, B, D, R, T, bottom row, nail it. It's nonsense.
Oh, we'll talk a lot about that, I think. Anna, you got any best worsts?
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to nominate both of them for this one. I'd say best worst hats.
Ooh, that is a bother because you have the world's weirdest football helmet.
Oh,
and you have hair cheese.
Yeah, not inaccurate.
Yeah, no, by the end of this whole thing, we're going to have a woman who's very worried about static cling on her head. I was going to go with best worst lady thoughts. Right, so it's always uncomfortable when you see, like, the guy is writing what the woman is thinking. Like, some guys are great at that. Some guys can really do that and make an effort at being good at that. Wendell O. Whitaker, not one of them guys. Not, like, you could probably tell by the name. I feel like I can. So, like, there's a moment in the second movie or several moments where the woman's having an inner dialogue, and it is the most banal, misogynistic imagining of what is going on in women's heads.
Yep.
Oh, it's just like, I deserve this. Yes,
Yep.
I do.
It's my fault he beats me.
No, we already did that movie, Anna. Get woke. Yeah, get woke. All right, I'm going to go with another one for both. Best worst wedding dresses.
Yes.
We have a choice in these two films between Every Wedding of Anna's Friends Ever and Mummies. So there's Every Wedding Anna's Ever Told Me to Be Quiet During and A Bride Who Looks Like She Should Be in a Battle with Brendan Fraser. Look forward to him.
All right, well, we've got double the dumbassery for you this week, so we're going to keep the break brief, and when we come back, we'll dive into all the child porn preludes of The First Valentine.
Hi, I'm your friend's cousin's roommate.
And I'm a guy who shakes hands too hard.
We're here on behalf of the National Coalition of Douchebags who make websites.
For being tagged on Facebook to lying about our prices on Fiverr, NCDWMW assures that when you build a website, it takes not days, not months, but years.
And that's why it's so important that you don't go to Wix.com.
Don't use Wix.com.
I mean, sure, Wix has easy-to-use drag-and-drop tools to make building a beautiful website a breeze.
Whereas when you ask us a question, we'll respond so slowly that your answer will be dated like a 90s comedy.
And yeah, with Wix, there's no need to know HTML or CSS.
And with us, we'll literally speak fake code jargon at you if you ask us to change something until you either give us money or stop asking.
When I built a website using Wix, I was able to set it up fast with one of their 500 templates, as well as start and publish for free.
So I think like the email will be ready in 5 months.
Make that 15 months.
Oh, good. Yeah.
When I used Wix, all the tools I need were already there. Unlimited storage, a custom domain, email addresses for your business, email marketing tools. They even have a dedicated support team who helped me along the way.
I mean, you can text me, but I'm mostly just going to ignore it, or I'm going to reply that I'm moving right now, like as though that was a response.
So please, on behalf of overpriced website douchebags everywhere, do not get started now by going to Wix.com. That's Wix.com/podcast to get 10% off.
Wix.com/podcast. Don't do that.
Hey, that reminds me. Could you guys help me with
moving? I'm moving right now.
So much moving.
My girlfriend's moving too. Are you a Christian? Are you in love?
Well, come on down to Tony D's House of Christian Love, where we got all the non-fucking parts of love to fill your heart's desire this Valentine's Day. We got talking and not fucking.
I like musicals.
Yeah, musicals are okay, I guess. We got eating and not fucking. Hey, you want to make a 94-course meal?
Sure, I guess.
And of course, we got a ton of fighting and not fucking. Oh my god, do you have to tink your fork like that?
Don't yell at me.
Ah, my balls are forcing me into a split. Tony D's House of Christian Love. This is fine.
And we're back for the breakdown, and we're going to start off with a title screen that says, hey, look, there's a cross on this little heart. Don't worry, Noah, this totally counts. Totally counts.
Yep. And along with the title, the only other thing it says on the screen is stereo sound in very big letters. They are
Ooh,
proud
both ears
of their stereo. Like movie critics are calling in stereo from start to finish. Very exciting.
All right, so the movie starts out, Leisure Suit Larry's pimp is here to teach Roman history.
He's like, I want an outfit that says, I hunt Mexicans in casual comfort.
Yeah.
And not just any Roman history, he's teaching them about Lupercalia.
Yeah, their first thought, they're doing a school play about Lupercalia, the festival of running around naked, whipping people with sacrificial goat skins.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. They're having a fucking middle school celebration of fucking the Roman celebration of boobs that involves nudity, dog murder, slapping each other with shreds of dead goats, and, by the way, a key party. That was the main part of Lupercalia, which apparently they're gonna reinstitute in this middle school.
Yeah, they reenact that right now. That is the inciting incident of this movie.
Yes.
Is nobody wants to fuck the girl with glasses.
Yeah. The girl with glasses, by the way, who I have as American Girl doll Molly. And I know that some 90s kids out there will get that.
Okay,
Not
all
you
right.
guys.
Yeah.
Heath gets it.
So what happens? They have their little Lupercalia thing, and then they go around and they give all the boys in class a flower that they give to one of the girls. So they're just pairing them off into little heterosexual couples.
Do they have to fuck now?
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's better than most public schools. It's just direct for my taste.
Yeah,
I don't
a little.
know. Call me old fashioned.
But of course, one boy gets the flower and he has to give it to gross nerdy girl in glasses. And everyone, the entire class is like, ew, gross nerdy girl with glasses.
Yeah. It's supposed to be the she's all that girl.
Yeah,
but,
right.
They don't do it very well. I wanted to see that moment, the like she's all that moment, keep firing too early in the movie. Like she just pulls out the hair pencil, shakes it out, the music's going. Everybody's like, no, you're not. It's not yet.
It's just
keep
this
going.
is act
No, you're not supposed to
one.
be attractive yet.
You're alone with the teacher. What's going on?
Well,
You played that music. You did that. You had a boombox. You took out a boombox and turned on the music. We'll do the music. It's in the script. Just relax.
so yeah, okay, so the bell rings and all the kids skedaddle. I love this too, by the way. As the kids are running out, the teacher says, don't forget, it's the last week on Roman history, so we're going to close things off by learning the important shit. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, the last day of Roman History Week. Geez, what else could they possibly do on that? What, like the fall of Rome, maybe?
Well, I can see why the Christians don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I wanted him to just be like, all right, remember, kids, next week we're doing the Bacchae. Be ready for your blood sacrifice. Tyler, looking at you. All right, your
Everyone
blood
bring
sacrifice
your
this
own
week.
goat. Jesus. Okay, but so the kids are all leaving, and he stops Tess, that's nerdy girl with glasses, on the way out. And he says, hey, when a boy had to give you a flower, everyone in the class just vomited on the floor. Do you want to talk about it?
You want to make a fuck pact? You turn 16 without getting laid. I will jump on that grenade. I've got you covered.
This scene is uncomfortable. My notes are just, I think I rented child porn by accident.
Yeah, this was the first moment only the first moment in this movie where I was like, oh, wow, Eli tricked me into watching porn again. Yeah.
Prank war. Classic.
Damn.
Yeah. We are not exaggerating, by the way.
No.
This is an extraordinarily weirdly sexual moment between this old man and this high school student. And she's like, please don't make me hand in that report tomorrow. How can I ever convince you to give me an extension, so to speak?
Oh,
Yeah.
it really is that bad, too. Like, to the point where he says, I want to give you a very special book that my grandfather gave to my grandmother on their wedding day. It's got over 800 fuck positions in it with pictures. What?
I was like, oh shit, he's going to give her the Bible. And then I'm like, oh, cool. It's not the Bible. It's just not history.
Yeah, right.
It's a not
It's
history book.
Different theological history.
Honestly, between the Kama Sutra and the Bible, which do you want a teacher to give your middle schooler? Which do you want a teacher to give?
Pretty obvious answer there. Okay, but the book is The First Valentine. You see, we're going to Princess Bride our way into this movie, right?
And grandfather gave this to grandma on their wedding day? That's just like a weird thing to do, and just like want it to be like hollowed out and there's like a strap on for pegging inside. Like,
It's a dick in a book. His dick in a book, girl.
So in this book lies salvation. Yeah. All right. So now we move into the story proper. Nerdy girl in glasses doesn't have glasses anymore. She is Theodora, a Roman peasant girl.
And she's blind, loser.
Yeah.
And in these movies, these period films, there's seems to be no better way to show that a character has a really tough life than to, completely cover them in shit.
Yes.
Like just head to toe, matted hair. Like the costume designer gave her a shit bindi. Like there's a giant fucking dot on her forehead
I
of
feel
shit.
like poor people were smudgier back then. Could we make her
Also, do the people who made this movie think that before canes, blind people just wandered around with their hands out in front of them? When did they think the cane was invented? This movie brings up questions.
There were so many things they didn't get about being blind. For example, when the narrator is saying like all the other kids picked on her for being blind, they show a bunch of kids who have put on wolf masks to fuck with the blind girl. I feel like one of those steps was unnecessary. Okay, so she's walking through with her little jug or something, and suddenly we see this Roman catcalling soldier guy, right?
Yeah, catcalling, serious ancient Roman problem.
Yeah, we haven't gotten much better at it.
Yeah, and he thinks about fucking the blind kid, but nah, he's gonna whip her instead.
Yeah, he's like, I would fuck anything that moves. And then he grabs the blind girl and says, except for this filthy blind girl with the shit on her face.
yeah, so just to review, on their wedding night, Grandma and Grandpa were hanging out, and they're reading this book. Grandpa's reading it lovingly to Grandma on their wedding night. And then a Roman guy thought about fucking a blind girl, and then he was like, nah, that's gross. She's blind.
I'll whip her
Catch the
instead.
blindness.
Our marriage was fun today.
So the soldier's like, I'm going to whip you because nobody loves you. And just then this dude shows up, and it's the teacher guy, right? But he's dressed
It's
as a
Captain Eyebrow.
Captain Eyebrow Success. Oh, my God. It's like he's saving him up in case he needs a comb over later.
That's something people do. You feel like you're being weird about it.
Right, but he says, the priest's like, I'm going to whip you because nobody loves you. And Roman guy holds his wrist and says, but God loves her.
Not like eyesight loves her. He doesn't love her eyes. He like
Less than
spending
most,
time with her.
most
Yeah.
people, obviously. But
Right, and there's this amazingly bad blocking here because the Roman soldier's like, I have no choice to respect your robes. 1 second, I'm about to exit the scene, so I'm going to tell this other line to your other ear. I do not take orders from a civilian. All right. Exit.
Community theater levels bad.
oh, there are
Blocking.
people running into each other in the background, right? Like comically bad football. It's but then the mean soldier guy realizes that this old eyebrow guy might just be a Christian. He says, you know what we do to Christians around here, right? We break their pots.
Spills. That's what happens to Christian people. That was, I thought it would be more intimidating. Okay. Workshop that.
So Valentine gives the girl his water jug, his fancy rich person water jug, and he goes, it's the color of sunshine over a storm. And I just was like, dude, dick move.
Yeah,
Like,
she's blind.
not that you know what that is, but yeah.
Stupid. Sorry. It's It's the color of how blue Gatorade tastes. Is that helpful? No?
Well, maybe he forgot she was blind because she was looking him directly in the goddamn eyes through this entire scene.
Yep.
It's so fucking bad. Okay. So, yeah, so the soldier's broken her water jug. He gives her a nice fancy water jug with a heart on it. And then they go to fill up the new water jug. This is when he reveals that he's Valentine. Yes, the Valentine.
And they steal our bit from Bible Peace Theater. She's like, who's this lady with you? And he's like, oh, she's my servant and friend. They added and friend. So that it was like, oh, nice Valentine.
Nice slave owner.
This guy surrounds himself with like attractive young women. So I'm just like, who is this other child that he owns? This is crazy.
Right, the Harvey Weinstein of his fucking day over here. And she's like, but I hate being blind. Everybody hates blind people. And Valentine goes, no, Christian God is into blind chicks.
Yeah, no, he's okay
That's his
with it.
kink.
He's not very physically attractive. So he wants you to love him back as Ben. That's probably best if you're blind.
And okay, and then he gives her the line about like, you know, how God knows all the stars in the skies and every hair on your head. And as he's saying that, he starts playing with her hair. This is like a 60-year-old man and a 13-year-old girl.
I just wrote in my notes, no touching, no touching.
Yeah. He's like, God knows everything. He knows the stars by name, your hair, every hair on your head, every origins of the particles of feces caked to your face right now.
This one was from a goat.
Oh, yeah.
He loves every hair on your body as well. Let's get all of those.
No.
Cool.
Or not hair on your body.
Yeah, this is the second time in the movie I was convinced Eli had tricked me into watching porn.
We're having a good time. You wanna hang out and name some colors later? Sorry, smells? You want to name smells? I don't know.
All right, so now we cut to Valentine performing a secret Christian wedding.
Ancient Hare Krishna theme wedding.
Or as I wrote in my notes, every wedding in the state of Washington my wife has brought me to.
Fair.
Or all the ones that she hasn't brought you to, Eli. To be
That's
honest,
fair.
I don't think we need to blame Anna for this. Yeah, but his Valentine's slave girl is the bride-to-be. And she's marrying a Roman soldier who got her a nice little golden cross from K Jewelers.
It's amazing. I wrote in my notes, oh, Marcus, it's from the future, like the distant future.
It's a cold fusion necklace.
Yeah, easy. All right, but so just then, though, just as they're getting to the end of the wedding, the soldiers storm in, the Roman soldiers, and check to see if it's a Christian wedding.
Oh, and it's incredible. The soldier is supposed to be shouting something, but he's on a horse and no one knows how to mic him.
Oh, God.
So he's just like, "Hey, clap, 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 clap."
Right. But what he's supposed to be saying that we don't hear is basically like, hey, everybody, just riding around making sure all the weddings are pagan and definitely not Christian. Just checking on that. And Valentine's, the officiant to this secret Christian wedding. And he's like, I now pronounce you husband and wife Christianly. Damn it.
Damn it.
I didn't.
Oh, no.
What?
It's on me.
Pagan. You said Christian. What was the last thing you heard? I have a PBA card. Don't arrest me.
Yeah, well, right. No, okay. So I'm sorry. I can't get to the end of the scene before we take a minute to talk about the hats.
Yes, the hats. I alluded to them earlier. So until now, all the helmets in this thing were obviously football helmets that have been spray painted silver.
Yeah, with the face masks taken off. Yes,
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Had a little. They taped a little broom to the top of them. Yeah.
But this guy has, so like the little plastic night helmets from the 90s that were supposed to be like one size fits all, but literally fit nobody. Like if you had a nose, you couldn't get the visor down, but like if you were young enough to actually put the visor down, the helmet was like too big and too small at the same time somehow. So he's got this helmet on. This is what this guy has, and it's like jammed it on. Like his cheeks are spilling out of the sides. You can really talk like this. I can only imagine at the end of the day, he needs like 5 people helping him get it off. And when he finally gets it off, it makes like a sound.
Yeah,
like it's
he's going, no, you have to push
insane.
down and then twist people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they arrest everyone except Valentine,
Yeah.
who literally goes, "Don't worry, God is with you." I mean, I'm not. I'm going to stay
I'm
here.
I'll be over here.
But God,
fancy.
big fan.
God told me to stay here, make sure all your slave stuff is cool. Nothing happens to that. So I'm going to hang. This is all part of the plan. He said, "You're just stop resisting. Go with it."
Bronze lives matter.
Oh, God.
All right, so now we cut to Blind Girl. She's sneaking around her house. It's late that night. She's been out all day blinding, so she's exhausted. But when she comes home, she starts counting the hairs on her sleeping dad's head until he wakes up and says, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, he's like, "Are you stealing my hair? What the fuck?" And she's like, no, I was counting it. Like now it made sense. And then she's like, can you name some adjectives for my hair, please, Dad? Well, okay, nothing sight-based, no sight-based adjectives, but other ones. And Dad's like, "Oh my God, this is a fucking nightmare. Dirty? I don't fucking know. You're always dirty."
She is caked in even more dirt. I think this is where I realized that every scene she consecutively appears in, she's going to have more dirt on her.
Yeah, right. Like she had to roll around twice in the road
Exactly.
between each of them. Yeah.
Do you really need the eye black? Is there a lot of glare when you're like fielding fly balls there in center field, blind person?
Also, the when she asks him what her hair's like, she asks him these very strange things. She's like, "Is it warm like sunlight or cool like shadow? Like, can she also not feel?"
Yeah, she wants to know about her hair, preferably in the form of chintzy 1940s Broadway musical lyrics. Anyway, but her dad is the jailer, right? So just then the soldiers come and say, "Hey, we've got all these Christians from the last scene. We need to throw them in jail for being so Christian." And he's like, "Oh, that really ties together well. I guess that's why I'm the jailer, huh?"
Right. And most importantly, the husband of Valentine's slave, he's a soldier, so he's not just going to jail. He has been sentenced to die.
Yeah, right. For soldiering wrong.
I had nothing for this scene. So it's weird. Something strange happened in my brain where I realized for the first time that I physically couldn't get up and leave the room because I was bored. Like, this was the moment I'd usually put in the headphones and start playing Hungry Shark, but I had to keep watching the movie. So my brain had this weird moment where I kept on opening Hungry Shark on my phone like 9 times and I had to be like, "Oh shit, no, this movie's for me. I gotta put it down. Oh shit, fuck."
Oh God, I do that all the time. It's not Hungry Shark, it's Candy Crush. I do that all the time, right? Like I'll just be sitting there playing Candy Crush and I'll just think, "Oh fuck, I'm taking notes. Jesus, that was six
movie's
minutes
for
ago.
me."
Fuck.
When I was bartending, I just sit down and start drinking whiskey sometimes. Like, motherfuck. I'm on the other side. I'm supposed to get paid for this.
At least I tipped myself well.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so the next day, Theodore goes to meet with her new sugar daddy. I mean, honestly, we're not exaggerating. At this point, these two are literally holding hands as they walk through the square together.
Oh my! He goes, "So, how are my friends?" And she's like, "Not good. Did you think that when the Roman soldiers took them away to throw them in prison, I would report back that they were great?"
I mean, I'm covered in shit for just being near the prison. Yeah, so she tells him, like, well, the husband dude is going to die. The others are also going to have it bad, but more in a vague kind of way, I guess. And he's like, "Oh, if only I could get them letters." And she's like, "I don't think that would fucking help. I feel like nail files, like
Bake a cake, put a nail
yeah,
file.
right. And she's like, "Well, I can't get the letters to them because I'd get caught with them and I'd go to jail. But I can memorize the messages and tell them what you want to say."
Right. He's like, "Lord, tell me what to do. How do I get these messages to my people?" And she's like, "I just said, just say them to me. I just told you that a moment ago." He's like, "Shh, Please do not interrupt. I'll say them to you. Thank you, God, for that great idea.
Yeah, he acts like he's never heard of word of mouth before.
Right?
Like, what will I do? I can't text or call or email or write a letter.
Yeah, all of the shorthands for speech have been denied to me. What is left? Yeah.
Also, I know teenage girls. This is not going to go well. Theodora, what word from Valentine?
Like, oh my God. So on the way here, I ran into Clarinessa, Titus's sister, and she was like, oh my God, that's cute. And I was like, thank you. But now I'm like, was she being sarcastic? Because like, whatever if she was, but if she wasn't, that's like, right.
Ugh, the worst. This is Valentine's message right here.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, could, we're in prison awaiting death. Could we maybe...
Can I just fucking talk?
Jesus,
Yeah.
I hate you so
No.
much.
You
it's
go
fine.
ahead. This is fine.
It's fine.
Theodora.
So anyway, I asked Titus if his sister hates me, and he was like, why? And I was like, you know why? And she saw me with the...
Oh my God.
She saw me the other day and told me that my outfit was cute, and he was like...
This was probably a bad choice by Valentine.
Yeah, definitely a bad choice.
You guys know if Theodora is seeing anyone or like
She's blind.
she great? That's ideal.
I mean, that's how it's going to go.
It is. That is. Okay, but there's another problem though. He's like, well, how will they know that you're not lying to them and this isn't all a trick? And she's like, because I'm a 13-year-old kid covered in shit. He's like, nope, not enough. Can't build a holiday around that. And just then, a kid walks by and accidentally spills some red ink on some parchment, and that gives him an idea.
And it turns into a Russell Stover's box of chocolates shaped like a heart somehow.
No, it turns into the shitty homemade hearts.
Yeah, right. So he tears out little hearts from this red paper, and she's like, give each of them one of these little paper hearts, and then that way they'll know that they're from me. And she's like, why? We haven't established that the heart matters yet.
Right. Exactly. I wanted her to correct him, be like, okay, you realize this is dumb, right? You're Valentine. That idea doesn't exist. It has to eventually get named after you later. You're dumb.
Yeah, but apparently that's going to work out. Okay, so she goes to deliver all the little paper hearts and the messages. And I love the way she does this, too, because she doesn't come in and give a preamble that's like, hey, I'm the jailer's daughter. He wanted to write you letters, but I couldn't get those in, so I just memorized them for you. So here's one to Dave, right? She just walks in there and says, Dave, I am Valentine, your friend and mentor. And they're like, no, you're definitely not, right?
And I really wanted to see like other flash cuts to her just doing this at every cell in the prison. Dave, it is I. Nope. Cell 3. Okay, which direction am I facing? North. My north or your north? We have the same north. That's why north exists. Don't yell at me. I'm not yelling. I am suggesting.
But she also, so she gives a bunch of the messages out. She also gives one to Lydia, but she also has Lydia's little cross, right? The little cross necklace that she got at the wedding. And she's like, I thought maybe you could get some use out of this. So Lydia's like, oh, that's great, but I would kind of rather he has it since he's going to die and our symbol's all about death. And she's like, oh, you want me to run you down there so you can give it to him?
Yeah, she does not think of, helping them escape. She's really just there for the conjugal visit.
Clearly, she's like, I can get the keys. They're right over here. The jailer's asleep. I'll get the keys and I'll sneak you down there. It's like, well, you've got the keys and the jailer's asleep. Hold on.
She doesn't just get the keys. Like they try to make it look like she's like feeling the guard to where the keys are. And this is the moment where I realized she can fucking see. Like, there's a moment where she's like, oh, I was going to touch him to see. No, I better not touch the guy that's right in front of my face or the wall. And just suddenly out of nowhere, her hand knows exactly where the keys are hanging. And she gets it into the keyhole on the first fucking try. This girl can fucking see. She's a liar.
Goldbricker.
She's a liar.
Fucking goldbricker.
And again, when she lets her out, I really wanted someone to just point out that they could escape right now.
My lady, follow me.
You're helping me escape?
No, I'm taking you to your husband, so you can give him this cross.
Or you could help us both escape from the jail and not die.
Oh, well, but do you not long to see your love again?
Yeah, but we could just leave and I could see him all I want.
Right.
Tell you what, you wait here. I'm going to go for a quick visit and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I am definitely coming back. Don't worry.
Got it. I'll be here. Yeah, that would have changed the movie quite a bit. But there is this great moment that I love because she does let him out. They're heading out to see her husband, and she's like, "Oh, but how will we find our way through this dungeon in the dark, blind girl?" Oh shit! Sorry. But as soon as I said it, I knew.
That's my bad. Have you seen my husband? Oh my God! Sorry. Change the subject. Have you seen any good movies?
God damn it!
What's it like to have eyes? Damn.
Smelling.
So
listen to podcasts.
All right, so she takes the Lydia, the wife, down to see her husband so they can meet for one last kiss.
Yeah. And again, the allegedly blind girl, is leading the way through this dungeon. Just like really quickly, she's jumping over stuff. Like, all right, left at the barrel, noise. The left at
the noise of the barrel.
Of this barrel here.
Sitting there.
You're a liar.
It sounds sloshy, you see. But of course, right when Lydia gets to the husband and they embrace one last time, douchebag catcally Roman guard shows up and he's like, "Aha, she was trying to escape. Now we'll kill her too."
And it's amazing. So Theodora tries to help them escape by putting out a torch, but then literally there are other torches on the exact wall. And he's just like, you made one of the torches in the room wet.
It's dim in here. It's now dim.
Do the makers of this film not know how to shoot darkness?
They do not.
They don't know how to shoot lightness, Eli. Yeah, you're asking a lot. But the idea is supposed to be that she douses the torch, so now she has the advantage because she's blind and she can escape. Except that, like you said, the room is still completely lit, which is hilarious to think about. Like, she thinks it's dark because she doesn't know about the other torches.
Oh man, if she had started doing
if
she had started doing a villain monologue, like she splashes out the one torch. Now the score is even. I don't want to interrupt you. Where am I?
I'm holding
You must
a
use
torch.
my voice.
Literally right in front of you.
I'm touching you. Do you see me touching you? Oh, but is that me? That is you. Or is it? Don't say or is it?
All right, but she runs out and somehow finds a Valentine in town. Right? Like, if she could see, that would make no sense.
His eyebrows somehow got bushier. I don't know how it happened.
Really wanted her to like pull a pair of underwear out of her kilt there and just sniff it. Oh, she runs off into the night. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but she finds him no problem. Yes, his eyebrows are molting at this point. By the end of the movie, they'll fly away. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we get the scene where they're sentencing Lydia to die and telling her jailer dad about Theodora's complicity in the escape attempt. But just then, Valentine shows up to think he's in something Shakespearean for a minute.
It's the best. He's like, wouldn't the emperor prefer if I fought the wolves instead of these people? And they were like, and all the Romans are like, no, because the whole point of the Roman circus is for the poor and criminals. Yes, because that's how the myth goes. So yeah, we love swapsies.
Actually, this is not even how the myth goes. They have managed to screw that up too. And
He gets beheaded.
In some of them, there's 3 different guys that might be, because Valentine was a super common name back then. It's all mythological. They've mushed together 3 different legends, added some shit that wasn't supposed to be there. But yeah, they needed wolves because they're trying to connect it to Lupercalia. Anyway, but yeah, that's the idea. They've sentenced the Roman soldier and Lydia to die by being eaten by wolves in the Colosseum. And Valentine's like, no, I'll get eaten. I'll fight the wolves. And I so wanted for him to beat the shit out of some wolves, right? Like God gives
that
him
would've
some
been
Samson
amazing.
powers. He just goes ninjutsu on a bunch of wolves in the Coliseum. Act three.
Breaks some mini bottles, puts them between his knuckles
Yeah,
like Liam
exactly.
Neeson.
Tapes him to his knuckles. Yeah.
Oh, it would have been the best. Thinks about committing a hate crime but doesn't, and we totally forgive him. It'd be the best.
I said, what if? I was just thinking.
What if? Come on.
It's a scenario.
Oh, and of course, because this is a Christian martyr thing, we have to have the moment where it's like, hey, let me show you how easy it would be to not die over this.
You just drop some sand, and he's like, no, I love Jesus too much.
Yeah. You can literally get out of the death penalty for you and all these people with words and sand dropping, but really just words. Just say you're not Christian. No. Don't care. Like to die for a lie now, please.
Yeah, exactly right. Who would do it? All right. So now we cut ahead to him. He's about to go out and face the wolves, but they're being nice about it. They're giving him time to say goodbye and Christianize several people before he goes to die for being Christian.
Oh, and Theodora runs in, and they have this amazing interaction where he's like, Jesus loves you. And she's like, great, where is he? And I wanted so badly for her to just like realize how stupid this is as he's talking to her in his final words. Do not worry, child. Jesus will always be with you.
Is he here?
He is in your heart.
What?
Well, he rose from the dead, my child.
Wait, he's dead?
Oh, wow. Right. Forgot, child. Real quick, Theodora, who do you think Jesus is?
He's a man who's in love with me and will take me away from here.
Right. Cuz that makes sense. This is so awkward.
Anyway, when is Jesus coming to take me away?
You know what? I have some wolves to fight. We'll talk later, okay?
After you fight the wolves?
Yep. Right after I fight these wolves, I gotta go.
So you're like single now, or we should get out of here?
And Theodora, at this point, has a shit mustache.
She did.
Who thought that was a good idea?
She drank a nice cold glass of shit before this scene.
Full
They gave her a Hitler.
I love too that like there's this moment where he like tries to make sense out of the Trinity for her super quick. She's like, but if your God is dead, no, he is his. He is his. Fuck. Yeah, this is not.
You actually told me about that moments ago. You told me your God is dead and he got crucified. Valentine's like, right. I just said that. That is so my cousin sent me this book. Have you heard of Lee Strobel? He's from the same era as that necklace from earlier and Heart Valentines. This is
you
a movie.
poor, stupid blind girl. Stupid blind girl. We're Christians.
So he says to himself, well, this being Christian thing sure is fatal. Let me try and inflict this little blind girl with it first before I die. And he has one last little paper heart for her. So he gives that to her. And then on his way out, he's like, hey, God, quit fucking with the blind girl, okay? Come on, she's had
Yeah. Top of my head, the eyesight, maybe? Or a wet wipe for her face? I don't know. Whatever you were thinking would be great. Just help her out a little bit.
And they have this moment where she's like, oh, wait, I love you, Valentine. And I was like, wow. And the music swells and it's so romantic. And I'm like, this was a love story between a child, an adult man, and the two caterpillars that live on his face.
Yep.
This
And
was
he
a
says-
love story.
He says, all we have to do is love each other. And she's like, yeah, and also get killed by wolves instead of talking, right? I mean, that's the other part of this plot that's happening right now. Also the wolf mauling death, yes, instead of talking. Yes, that's true.
All right, so so he leaves. And instead of watching wolves eat him, we stay with Theodora. Fucking boo.
Yeah, and we watch her regain her sight as she slowly is able to see a blurry Valentine?
Called it, could see all the time. She
Yes.
could see this entire fucking time.
Yeah, God or Valentine gave her the sight back with a miracle right before he died, so the saint thing makes sense. Yeah.
And let me tell you, they are not going to like what happens when she gets her sight back.
I can see. I can see.
It's a miracle.
Wow, we're all just covered in shit, huh?
What?
Like everything, all of us, our clothes, the walls, everything is covered in shit. Do we not have water, people? What the fuck?
Oh, well, prison.
I
So-
wasn't in prison. Nobody thought to themselves to say, oh, hey, Theodora, you have shit all over your face. I look like an idiot, a shit-covered idiot.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
Stuff it in your dick hole.
Wow, it's harsh. I liked her better blind. I wanted to see her get the sight back and then just immediately see Valentine and start yelling like, guys, seriously? He's like 70 years old. What the fuck?
Why did
10.
no one tell
Nobody
me?
said a word about that. That's weird. You guys are weird.
Sorry,
That's fucked up.
ancient Rome.
Also, by the way, I mean, didn't you want to see a wolf fight in the Coliseum at this point?
That
Felt
was
like they
nice.
teased that a little bit, but no, just, tell, don't show. It's more mysterious if they don't. So instead, the climax of this movie is a little girl holding a paper heart and slowly seeing it. Just like, are you not entertained by this paper heart? That's close to the most boring thing for a blind person to see first.
Especially when, like, on the other side of the wall are wolves eating an old man. Yeah, right.
oh, I've always longed to see what blood looks like.
All right, so then we cut to nerdy girl in glasses giving a report, which apparently was just reading this book from cover to cover to her classmates. That feels like cheating.
Oh,
Yeah, the costume department of this production is like, so hear me out. She starts in a sexy schoolgirl uniform. And then we're going to put her in a dirty potato sack covered in shit. And in the end,
Stop selling.
wait for it. She's wearing only a sheet and nipple pasties. Like
Okay.
it's just a
Keep
sheet.
selling. Sorry. Bad note.
and she finishes her story and she gets a slow fucking clap.
Oh, so we pan over the fucking room. The kids are all drying tears from their eyes, literally. And then, yes, an absolute goddamn literal slow clap that ends in a standing ovation.
Cut over to Orson Welles and Nancy Pelosi clapping in the background.
All right, and that's it. That's the whole movie. So now that we've armed you with no, I'm just too atheist as a potential out for forgetting that Valentine's Day, we're going to pause for a quick break. And when we come back, we'll dive into a short with even less to say than this one. So stay tuned for Love is for the Birds.
Here at God Awful Movies, we like to keep things fun and fresh by presenting our ads and skits or humorous dialogues, but it turns out not every podcast can do that without it being terrible. So when our advertiser, Robinhood, sent out a podcast-wide advisory for everyone to please just read the copy verbatim, we understood. Somebody else screwed it up for everybody. So with that in mind,
Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees. So you can trade stocks and keep all your profits.
Plus, there's no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can also view stock collections, such as 100 most popular.
with Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest.
Robinhood is giving listeners of God Awful Movies a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. Sign up at awful.robinhood.com.
Robinhood. Put your money in and robins come out.
Come on,
Just stop talking when the copy is over.
No.
it's done.
Hi, I'm Noah Lugeons.
And I'm Eli Bosnick.
Here at God Awful Movies, we know that whole families gather round to hear our show and share in the laughter.
And boy, is that great. But today, we've got a very special message just for the fellas. Do not fuck up Valentine's Day.
Don't fuck up Valentine's Day.
This shit comes out Tuesday. You got 2 days not to fuck this up. Go get some dinner reservations.
Buy some chocolates, nice chocolates, like at the mall, you know.
Yeah, you know that store. Maybe get her tickets to our live show in Colorado on March 9th. But only do that if she already likes the show.
There you go. Now, some of you are thinking, hey, Noah and Eli, what about the ladies? Aren't you being kind of fuck you? Okay.
Seriously, fuck you. Get your dick out. Get your dick out. Look at your dick. Look at your dick. You want to put that in your mouth? No. No, you don't.
Well, you do.
Neither does she.
What? Right, in general. I mean, if yours,
Generally.
but yeah.
Not the results. The process.
Right. Yeah.
She doesn't do it. She doesn't want the process either. Go get some nice fucking chocolates.
Paid for by the God Awful Movies Valentine's Day Committee. And we're back for more of this shit, or different shit in this instance. And for the second half of our double feature, we're going to turn back to the premier progenitor of puritanical propaganda that is Brigham Young University.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And again, it's Valentine's Day. So this, in case you're wondering, is their movie about how to have a good marriage.
Well, okay, so we got to start with that warning that all the BYU movies start off with. Like, it starts off by saying, hey, we're wrong about a lot of shit, but we can't fit it all into one movie. So this is a narrow focus.
Oh.
Yeah, I have it as warning, just so you know. Marriage isn't the only thing we ruin. We also ruin other things, like wedding dresses. You'll see. You'll see.
And the warning's basically saying, like, there's a lot of stuff in Mormonism to unpack. We're not going to be able to explain how bigoted we are about everything that we're bigoted about, but we are, just rest assured, super bigoted about other stuff. Like, there's not black people in this, but if there were, we would address that and say that they're bad, to be clear.
And boy, I'll tell you what, until you read the credits to a Mormon movie, you might not realize how white names can be.
Yes! I wrote, God, for a name as white and crazy as the one in the credits of a Mormon movie.
Oh, my God.
Will Schranzenfanker.
All right. Ready? Let's play a game. Name the whitest names you can think of other than Jefferson Beauregard Sessions III. Go. What do you got?
All right. Morgan, get ready to censor me.
Technically.
How about S. Richard Keddington?
Yes.
Eunice
Great answer.
Wadley.
Eunice Wadley is the other. Yes, those are the first two names in the opening credits. I'm going to repeat those. S. Richard Keddington and Eunice Wadley.
And we end on Wendell O. Whitaker.
If I were omnipotent and omniscient, I'll tell you I would do one thing. I would make Eunice Wadley the best at fucking in the whole universe. Like, if in all of history Eunice was the best fucker, that would be a great world.
Oh, Eunice Wadley's a great porn name, actually.
Yeah,
Nobody fucks like Eunice.
That's strong.
Nobody fucks like Eunice. Everyone, stay tuned after the credits. Me and Anna have a song to write.
Oh, do we now?
Me and Anna have a song to write.
I write rhyming words.
So, okay. So now we open up on wedding decorations. Okay, so apparently, and I think we've all got some form of description of these decorations. I had them as squat, petrified, wacky waving, inflatable arm flailing tube men.
Yeah.
That's good, but mine were Roman pillar palm tree flowers.
Oh, are you guys talking about the enormous tampons?
Yep, they're talking about the
Yes,
tampons.
we are talking about
At some point, they're like, we need wedding decorations. I know a giant who rents out her tampons. Is that out there? Yes, it is.
See, I have it down as if a Bop It clown had Christopher Reeve's horse accident. One of those clowns.
So, okay, so there's an old woman out there decorating for the wedding in their backyard, and the husband comes out and says, "Make me some breakfast, damn it, it's still the 60s."
And she's like, go fuck yourself. This couple is my everything. I will watch 150 movies if it's just them being like, suck a dick. You suck a dick, and maybe I'd make my own breakfast. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You want some
he's
breakfast? How about you maintain an erection? No? No? I guess we're at a fucking impasse, aren't we? No breakfast, no erections.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you keep a boner up. That's how long I'll cook eggs for. Oh, looks like you're getting a raw egg again. Bloop. Enjoy that.
Yeah, he's like, make me food. I'm Jaundice Ben Stein. And-
Clearly, I need it.
I look like Hitler's notary public. Make me breakfast.
And this woman is single-handedly planning a wedding and carrying around the state of Wisconsin on her head.
Oh my God.
Like, you know what she's serving for breakfast? Aggression. She's serving aggression for breakfast.
But don't worry, having failed to subjugate his wife, Dad turns to his daughter, the bride-to-be, and says, cook me food.
Yeah, he goes, can't have any fucking breakfast thanks to your bullshit-ass wedding. Fuck you. Happy wedding day, by the way.
He's making his daughter make him breakfast on his fucking wedding day. Oh my God.
And she's like, no, this is cool. I actually need practice at putting eggs next to hot metal in my life
Oh my
skills.
God. Yeah, she says, and I quote, I'll get you breakfast. I'll need the practice. Because, you know, she's going to be a wife, or as they call it in Mormonism, a short order cook with a happy ending.
Oh. Or as we call it, Waffle House. You can fuck people who work at Waffle House.
And by the way, can we really quick discuss what the fuck she's wearing on her head at this point?
Okay, this is the real reason for best worst hats. It's true. It's true. She's wearing a bag over her head.
Yep.
She is wearing a smock and what looks like stockings on her, like she's about to go into a robbery.
Or like it's wounded and she put some gauze up there.
You know how Handmaid's Tale didn't have like pretty pink colors enough? Mormonism fixed it apparently.
Yeah.
I think Mormonism just in general is a Handmaid's Tale, but they think it's a happy romantic comedy. Like that's what Mormonism thinks is happening.
Oh, and the entire time she's making him breakfast, he's monologuing about his horrible marriage. He's just like,
Yes.
Your mother always hated me. Happy wedding day. I'm miserable and I hate your mother. I dream of being held in a man's arms. Here are those rings you asked me to hold on to.
Yeah, he's like, I can't find the eggs. I can't get this toaster to work. And I honestly, I feel a little called out because, like, Eli, is this your subconscious way to, like, tell me that I need to thank you more for finding shit that's right in front of my face? And helping out with all the
I mean,
things?
if you're asking me if I would like you to start looking for your phone before you tell me it's lost, the answer is yes. It is not gone. It is in your hand more often than not.
So, yep. But I love the bitches that Dad's giving. He's going like, Mom wanted somebody who was a carpenter and a gardener. And I'm like, those are not the types of nails or bushes she was talking about, dude. Oh, I see the problem right now.
And she's having an inner monologue about what it's going to be like to be married. They're going to sit by the fire and he's going to read her poetry and say how beautiful she is. And I just wrote in my notes, I don't know if that's how it would go if I tried it. Hey, Anna?
What?
Okay. What did Dr. Glauber say about...
Yes. Eli, what would you like?
I just thought we could sit by the fire and I could read you poetry and tell you that you're beautiful. Okay. She said a slur. That's what she said. She said that's why we had to beep it. She
I
said a
just
slur.
love these the woman thoughts as presented to you by Wendell O. Whitaker, right? Because she's just sitting there thinking, boy, I sure hope that when he beats me, I deserve it.
Yeah, her inner monologue was dark.
Yeah. Okay, and just then, husband-to-be Tom shows up, fresh from updating the greater Chippewa area on the cold front that's moving in.
Oh, I wanted this dude to pick up a roll of paper towels so bad.
Yeah, he's like, oh boy, food. And I was like, this guy gets it. Yeah, this guy gets it.
But of course, she's embarrassed because she's dressed like Amish licorice and doesn't want him to see her. So she's like, you got to make my dad breakfast. I'll go not have a fucking laundry sheet on my head anymore.
Yep. And he starts making Dad the eggs, and Dad's like, hey man, by the way, you can also have some eggs. You can have 2 eggs exactly. And he's like, yeah, thanks. I fucking know. I can have whatever the fuck I could murder you right now. I could. Your waist is around your neck. I could just tighten your belt around your neck and murder you right now with your high-waisted crazy pants.
Well, Dad's also doing this weird thing where he's like, oh yeah, she's running out of the room because she's scared you're going to change her mind after seeing her so ugly. God, she's such an ugly bitch. Like, he can't stop roasting his family for like 5 seconds.
Right?
And wow, I just realized the staggering comparison between their family and mine. Okay.
It happens. And this is where we get his fantasies about marriage.
Oh God.
She wanted him to love her and read her poetry. He would like her to darn his socks, make gravy without lumps, and in the most tragic fantasy I've ever heard of, not overspend at the grocery store.
Yes, his dreams of a happy marriage are mending the socks, not fucking up the gravy, and knowing her way around a coupon sheet.
Yeah, I like her. The thought is, she's going to make me food. She's going to clean up after me. She's going to let me play Smash Bros. And tuck me into bed at night. And I'll never have to do homework again.
Yeah,
like he
pretty
wants
much.
A mom bot.
That's okay. You ruined it for me, Anna. Why you have to throw in the last thing, and now it's weird.
Now it's weird. You made it weird.
Aw.
Boo. Die.
Do another citation needed about sex toys.
Ruin Valentine's Day.
Hi, Mom.
All right. So now we're going to do the wedding.
I hate Mom.
In this next scene, this is where we will first see her wedding dress, which I believe was made entirely from, you know, those fake spider webs you get at Halloween?
Yep.
You can never pull them apart enough so they just look like there's cotton in them. It looks like it was made from that.
It looks like they're going to a Mary Poppins themed prom.
Yes. Yeah.
She walked into the wedding dress store and she was like, Princess Diana, paper mache, figure it out. Those are the 2 things that describe my wedding theme.
Let me break this down to you. So the bottom, it's a cupcake, but then the waist and like the top area, it's like Cersei Lannister meets Queen Elizabeth if she was allergic to showing skin. And then her hair is like 1940s victory rolls, but there's like a giant fucking fascinator in the center of her forehead that looks like Commander Worf's prosthetics, but made from lint.
Wait. What's a fascinator? A fascinator?
A fascinator. Fascinator is like one of those little hats that you clip on. Anyway.
And it just confuses men. They're like, I'm fascinated. And they don't know what to do.
Classically.
Yeah, that's what a fascinator is. But
have you ever seen a tiny hat? Can't look away.
They're
hypnotic. It's the belly dancing of hats.
Oh,
that's valid. Okay. I'm fascinated. Go on.
No. She looks like she's trapped in a prison made of cotton balls. like somebody made her a wedding dress that also doubles as a full body cast.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So we get a little wedding montage. They're cutting the cake. They're throwing the bouquet.
Yeah. Does anyone find that cake thing to be charming? The shove cake in the face of the other person?
Be nice. It's your wedding day.
Eli and I didn't even cut the cake at our wedding.
Well, no.
Yeah, we forgot about it.
Who thought of that? Like, you know what this wedding needs? Aggressive cake fighting. We're going to have a weirdly violent, aggressive moment together.
I mean, I can see how you have that thought. I can say, let's not pretend that's a bad thought in and of itself. It's just not good execution.
No, a cake fight is what you need on your 10th anniversary when you're just like, I hate your mother. And you can really just put on some cake boxing gloves and go to town.
Yeah, not a lot of people notice the 10th anniversary is the food porn anniversary.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, there you go.
You just get a little fascinator and you get a little cake fight going.
Oh, first one to knock off the other one's hat.
You play some Smash Brothers and you bring Heath's mom and he's... But yeah, they do the bouquet thing too. And I love did you see the one girl who got way too serious about the bouquet?
Be hard not to.
Mean Joe Green?
She gets down low, starts like boxing out like Sarah Huckabee Sanders with a cheese plate. She's like,
Oh, she's like holding her sword behind her back like she's powering up for a super move or something. It's weird. And then and they go to their just married car, by the way, which appears to have been decorated with Sharpie right onto the paint job.
Yeah, man.
That's going to be tough. Fun fact, when Anna and I took a cab home from our wedding, our taxi driver refused to acknowledge that we very clearly had just gotten married. Even when I said, we just got married, he said, uh-huh, and then drove us home in silence.
See,
I think
that's
about
New
him
York for
every
you.
day.
Isn't that just New York for you? Does it fucking matter to me?
He's
Does
just
it
like,
change anything?
okay, we doing West Side Drive or should I just take Riverside Way?
In my head, that guy picked up 8 brides that day and he was, okay, this is some kind of weird genie curse. I'm not, you're not getting me again.
7 times the cabbie, never the bride.
So
I'm a bugaboo.
So we cut to a little later in the marriage. She's wifing so every fucking activity she will ever be involved with, and from this point on, is some domestic bullshit, right? She'll be making sandwiches, feeding a baby, vacuuming a living room, cleaning up toys. Every time we see her from this point on, she will be actively wifing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they're about to have their first big fight right before her parents come to visit, which is precipitated by the fact that she has her stockings hanging in the bathroom.
And it escalates so quickly. He's like, honey, can you not hang your stockings in the bathroom? And she's like, I'll get it in a second. And he's like, whore, I will fucking kill you.
It really does.
Yeah, she actually says, I was going to move them before they got here. And, like, he's still angry. He's like, well, you should never have stockings. Like, I'm mad that stockings
what
exist.
is he pissed about?
Is she mad that she washed them? Like, I don't...
I thought your legs were light brown.
When you wash them, it fucks up the smell.
Why? But why would you hang stockings in the bathroom? Why would they? I don't understand that.
Well, because you have to hand wash them, Heath.
You have to hang them somewhere, and that's the
you
room
hang
where...
them hang them near like where you hang other stuff, like in the laundry area or like a...
Do you hang stuff in your laundry area?
You have a laundry area?
Well, yeah, we're not New Yorkers, so yeah, we have a place where your laundry goes.
It's not the bathroom. I've never had a washer dryer in my bathroom.
Do you have anything that you hand wash?
She has to hand wash them, so she has to do it in the sink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow-up question.
And then hang it up on the towel wrap.
Why would you wear stockings, period? Are they ever necessary?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a good question.
There we go. We got to the core of the issue.
So
it's so they can get a run in them and get way, way, way more upset than you ever have been about anything in your entire life.
Guys don't get it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, nope, that's the sole purpose of stockings for women is they can go, oh, God!
It's so you don't have to shave your legs.
that too. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So,
Fascinator.
gross.
Check out this Fascinator. Works on you
Look
too.
at my legs.
Look at the head.
the top of my head.
Put it on your legs.
You could actually clip it into your legs if you didn't shave them.
Oh, God.
Just pinning to the leg.
Just a tiny little hat on your thigh. My vagina wears a hat.
All right, so they have a little fight that ends with pantyhose tug-of-war, and just then Mom and Dad come in. How embarrassing. Oh, we should point out, too, that when they fight, their birds start freaking out, too.
Yes, the birds.
I had seen Bird Box too recently, and I was like, oh, the monsters are coming.
Yeah, the monsters are her in-laws. I get it.
Or their shitty marriage. Maybe that's it. The fucking Bird Box monster was this shitty, boring ass couple, and everyone who saw them coming knew, oh God, just kill yourself now.
Yeah.
And when the in-laws come in, it's amazing because the in-laws are like, hey, were you guys having a fist fight over stockings? Cool. Deviled eggs. Nice.
All right, so we get the little first fight, but they make up and they're happy now. And then we spend some time with shoes as a way of establishing that the family got bigger.
Okay, those are shoes.
Yeah.
My caption for this scene is sneakers, I think? Who the fuck knows? Mormon condoms.
Yeah. Until about 1990, I think shoes were boxing gloves that you just tied onto your feet. Because that's what I was looking at.
Well, they keep on adding shoes, and in my head I was like, what other stories could they tell with this? Like one of the shoes disappears because one of the kids loses a leg. Or like they have a stillbirth and never mind. I'm sorry.
Well, and I'm supposed to assume that this is because they're getting kids. And look, I have a wife. I just assume she's buying a lot of fucking shoes, right? Like I thought the next fight was going to be like shoes. We'd go stockings, and then we would go shoes, and then pants, something like that. But no, yeah, but this was so that we'd know they have a bunch of kids, which is they are then introduced to the story as though they were a fucking clown car, right? Because they keep going to different corners of this room, and there keep being more kids there.
And they are fucking ugly, ugly children.
Oh, you know what? This scene was very comforting because like sometimes I think about the future and me having kids and I get really scared. And then I remember that like 60 years ago, the good version of parenting was 3 kids in a single room. Just
4.
Like, all right,
4.
motherfuckers, get in there.
You're forgetting about the other little shit they threw in the corner.
I'm going to lock the door from the outside. Play with your fire toys.
Yep. Play with your 11-pound apple that my parents gave me when I was a kid. A little 11-pound metal apple.
Or just keep violently attacking each other. That's fine too.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to do.
Trying to kill each other.
We're watching like a 3-year-old put a 2-year-old in a Kimura. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that these kids need accessories. And we will watch that a lot, by the way. So so they go through this fucking clown car of little kids in the room. And then we get Dad grabbing a beer. And this is the first time I wrote in my notes, oh my God, this movie is about boring people happening.
It sure fucking is.
Yeah.
The Byrds are fighting again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the room is such a mess.
Well, the Byrds, so every time they start being a little annoyed with each other, the Byrds start fighting. That's like a running theme in this thing. And I'm just like, those lovebirds would rather kill each other than watch this movie. I get it. I get it. They'd rather kill each other than watch this shitty marriage happen.
Yeah, right. They're like the next level up from the Bird Box Monster where even the birds kill themselves.
Yes, exactly.
They're trying to get like attention from Mom and Dad because they're getting starved. They're just like having tantrums and like shooting up heroin and like fucking black guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and is it me or does he suggest that the Byrds are gay?
No,
Yep.
No, it's even worse than that because she's like, boy, these lovebirds are always fighting. He's like, maybe they're both women. You know how women are always bitchy, right? Like that's the line.
I was like, maybe they're lesbians. You know how lesbians are always having those ugly fights in front of people? All right, see you later. I'm 1960s.
I'm going to leave these birds outside of the house. They are disowned now.
Now, and then, of course, we have to pass through their inner monologues, right? And her inner monologue takes a weird turn here. She says, boy, he pays more attention to the kids than he does to me. Maybe he'd be more attracted to me if I were 4 years old. Like, whoa, Eli, what are we watching, man?
Yeah, man.
This very quickly turns into role play, and I am into it.
Oh,
she tries to get his attention. She really, really tries to get his attention before she, like, flies off the handle. But, like, she even says his name a few times. And part of me was like, he's just so interested in his newspaper. And it reminded me of the dad in the beginning reading his newspaper. And I'm just like, were newspapers the sensory deprivation tanks of the past?
Clearly.
He can't
Clearly.
hear her.
She is sitting 8 inches away from him, yelling his name, and he's just reading the paper like, so there seems to be some kind of noise.
But she breaks through for sure.
Yeah,
Finally,
eventually.
she's like, maybe if I was 4 years old, I'm a little girl. Look at me throwing stuff. I need to be punished. And he's like, okay, I'm on board. What's happening?
He's like, honey, why are you making noise at me?
I am now paying attention. And then she goes back to being an adult. And he's like, what the fuck? You were
I was going to punish you.
You did the little girl thing. Oh.
Just Smash
The worst.
Brothers, tuck me in. Oh, it's Mom now. Damn it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, so she storms off to cry like a girl. He goes to the door, right? Like he starts to go to the door to be like, hey, honey, are you okay? And then he doesn't because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yep. He's like, maybe I should. Well, no, this would end with me talking to her. So
I was really surprised that he wasn't like, he didn't like say, honey, are you on your period again? Like, I was so ready to be angry about it. But no, it's a Mormon movie.
But right. We can't acknowledge menstruation. Jesus. But the best part of this movie for me is right after that, this inner monologue of his trying to figure out why she's pissed at him. Keep in mind, again, she was yelling his name from 8 inches away and he was ignoring her. And he's going like, I didn't forget her birthday. Our anniversary's not until next month. Gee, I don't know what she could be upset for.
yeah, literally. Yeah. He has 3 ideas. I didn't forget her birthday or her anniversary. I didn't say anything cruel. Like he has to check. And did I call her a cunt?
Yes.
Does he only ever talk to her on her birthday?
Yeah, right.
There's no blood on my knuckles, so I didn't hit her.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's wrong with her. Her issue, not mine. I bet she needs a walk.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He literally is like, I ought to let her out of the house and let her talk to people like a fucking dog.
Yes.
Like I do to Madge when she's getting a little, like, antsy.
I should let her go see the other humans down at the human park.
I just wanted a shot of her, like, running around the apartment with the zoomies, just tucking her tail underneath.
Give me those shoes.
And this is also one of several moments in this movie where they try to describe marriage in like a good way and they don't realize what they're doing and it doesn't come off that way. It's just like same old thing day after day. And it's like, yep, that's literally in the vows. It's till death, same old thing day after. You signed up for exactly that.
Yep. Yeah, I was so angry about this. I actually literally had to turn it off and walk it off. I had to walk around the room.
You gonna see what you sit through these things from start to finish? Fuck that. I'm no masochist. All right, but now he's gonna try to make her happy, so they go to boring people date night.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This scene.
And the ladies in the intro talk of this movie, the ladies are all talking, and one of the women says, 2 of mine have the measles right now. Remember measles? Remember what a pest they were?
And if you don't worry.
Good thing we're getting close to herd immunity, which will solve the problem forever now that vaccines for measles are invented. Vaccines are great.
Yeah,
this will be gone soon.
Right, okay, so apparently they've gone to a party to ignore each other elsewhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she doesn't try to ignore him.
No.
She goes over.
Well, she comes over in the weirdest, like, it's like she learned something from a pickup artist for him. She's like, hey, so how about those iron stocks, huh? And he's like, Donna, men are talking.
Like, quite literally men are talking.
Right. I love this little detail at the beginning of this moment. She's like, she walks over and she says something really smart about stocks. And she tries to hold his hand. And he's like, please don't block my pretzel hand. You can see this is my pretzel hand. This is the pretzel dish is lined up right with my left hand. Let's not do the hand holding right now. I think we just need to agree as a society that hand holding is mostly stupid. Like, I feel like that's just a positive thing if we all agree to that. But she comes over and she's like,
Heath.
Yeah, you seeing some alpha in the volatility of iron right now? Iron stocks are great. And he's like, man talk, stop it. Yeah. She's like, sorry, I'm late. I once did a math. Can you imagine a lady doing a math? Sorry.
Now he's like, we're talking about football. Why don't you go help the hostess with the housework? So basically, she literally said this earlier in the thing. She's like, I need to be able to talk to an adult. He never talks to me. All I get to talk to him about is the kids. So he takes her out so she can talk to the other women about the kids. And when she tries to talk him about anything else, he sends her off to do fucking Housebreak again. I had to take another fucking break. Fuck this movie. This is...
And once again, his fucking inner monologue doesn't get it. She's like, why don't you go do domestic lady stuff? And she's like, yes, I really wanted to come to this party to not see you. And then she walks away and he goes, well, I guess she was being sarcastic about not wanting to spend time with me, but what does she really mean? Like, there's only one thing she can mean if that's sarcastic, you fucking idiot. We're going to watch you lick a shoe before this movie's over.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, this is not how our dinner parties go.
Lucinda, so good to see you. You guys just get in?
Yeah.
Come on, Lucinda, we're leaving.
We are not leaving.
But I told Dave I hope he dies.
We're not leaving.
Stupid Dave.
Hey, Bryce Coleman, you're Anna's husband, right?
Oh, no, thank you.
What? Sorry, what?
Yeah, no, thank you, but no, it's just I can see your thoughts forming, your normal person, boring thoughts. I can see them, and I would like to pass.
You'd like to pass?
Yes, I pass. Enjoy the party.
Your thoughts are normal. No, they're not. Hey, everybody. What's up?
Heath!
Hey, how you doing, dude?
How's it going? Doing good. I hear for the host brought something.
Oh, it's you brought a bottle of scotch to brunch.
Yep. You are welcome.
Heath, that's super sweet of you, but I mean, you know I don't drink and Noah doesn't drink, and it's 12 p.m. Not late.
Yeah. Already. Exactly. Let's pop this mother. Here we go. Woo! Brunch party. Scotch library.
Scotch.
So, all right. So, yes, that party, and God, that would have been such a better scene. But no, but they have the boring party. So they go home, and on the way home, she's going to give him a piece of her mind.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, so? Did you like going outside? You want to go for walkies? Walk.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. I just, like, why are you so mad? I thought, and she's like, I don't know. I thought you threw the ball. And so I was like running away and looking for it.
It turns out.
You didn't even throw the ball.
You're a liar. Again, you're always a liar.
He's like, what are you so upset about? She's like, put yourself in my place, Tom. And he's like, no, because you don't have a penis. I don't get.
He's like, put yourself in my place. What, like missionary? Gay? I won't.
I wanted him to like start to scoot over in his chair as he's driving the car. No, Tom, not literally, stop. I don't know who's going to drive the car. Maybe the Japanese.
So you mentally, like not right now in the physical space. Got it. Put myself in your place. Interesting. This dick is unsatisfying. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing this game.
So yeah, then he wonders what that would be like.
How dare they steal the doodly-doo from us?
Yeah, right. Fuck you. Those are ours, goddammit. But yeah, he reimagines the scenario from that night, but with a gender swap, right?
Yeah, he literally cannot imagine himself talking about his children or talking to women in general. He has to replace all the women in her scene with men, with his friends. But they have to be talking about football. They cannot be talking about their kids.
And not only that, but when he goes in to interrupt, right? Because keep in mind that, like, when she came over to talk to him, they were talking about football. She just heard up 6 points and thought they were talking about stocks. So she started talking about stock market shit. But because this is the lady version of it, when he goes over, they're talking about gardening, and he hears mixing and thinks they're talking about cooking. It's so embarrassing because that's the lady equivalent of stocks and football, you see, is gardening.
Gardening.
Cooking.
Oh, I wanted so badly for him to just hit her in the mouth in his doodly-doo. Like, honey, why don't you go? Don't you talk to me that way? And then he comes out of the doodly-doo. And he goes, why won't she talk to me? She literally just spoke to you.
Yes.
You had a doodly-doo because she spoke to you.
Yeah, the last things he said to her was, no, I'll never put myself in your shoes. And he wonders why she's mad at him.
Yeah, right. He has his little doodly-doo moment, and then in his doodly-doo moment, he realizes, I guess I was a bit of an asshole. Let me hold her hand. Wait, she would hold my hand? Fuck this woman.
Did she not see the doodly-doo? She didn't see the doodly-doo. That's the problem.
All right, so now we cut to them in church. This entire group of people looks like they just came here fresh from chanting about who will and won't replace us. It's a terrifying crowd shot.
Everyone in this room is a monster.
I just wrote, everyone who stood up at the State of the Union is here in this church.
And she looks disgusted by her own singing. Just like physically nauseated by the sounds coming out of her. Either that or she's nauseated by the fact that there's a white starfish suctioned to her head.
Oh, yeah. She looks like Nancy Pelosi at the State of the Union. She's like the dead eyes. She keeps looking ahead. When is this over?
Like the corners of her mouth are turning down because she just can't with any of it.
Yeah, and so we listen to this pastor talk about how we wouldn't have war and shit if everybody was Christian.
Yep.
We could live without crime, divorce, and preaching if we did unto others. I was like, well, one of those we could do away with right now.
Yeah, he accidentally explains why religion is 100% unnecessary. He's just like, if we all followed one simple moral code that it's kind of, well, it's actually like a priori, it's like built into everyone automatically, regardless of their religion or irreligion. So skeptic. No, damn it. All right.
Shit. Anybody got an inner monologue you can drown me out with for the purposes of this movie?
Can I get into the doodly-doo where I punch a lady in the face or something?
So then we get their inner monologues again while they're in church. And her inner monologue, by the way, is, I sure wish he'd pay more attention to me, because the male writers cannot imagine a woman wanting any other thing but more attention from her husband.
Right. And then, it's my fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she says, she thinks to herself, maybe this is all my fault. And the movie's like, now you're getting warmer.
I guess I should be grateful he doesn't hit me this movie.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, geez. Okay, so now it's morning. We're in the kitchen. She is dressed like Paddington Bear's mistress got caught.
And she is just jamming food into that baby's mouth. She is feeding this. If you told me this baby was Heath's origin story, I'd be like, oh, sure. I get it. A lifelong desire to gently put food into his mouth. Okay.
You don't need to force any food. I'm actively finding it myself. I feel like that's inaccurate.
Yep. We get a montage of a woman drowning in toxic masculinity.
Oh, all the way through, because all their kids are boys, right? So the boys are constantly fighting. We haven't even mentioned the fact that one of their kids is clearly a sociopath.
Tommy, stop waterboarding your brother.
Yep.
We only do that to black protesters with the hose. Put the hose down.
Exactly. So, and what we're supposed to see in this scene is basically like she's super stressed out and dad doesn't notice, right? The kids are fighting. The one kid won't eat. He knocks his bowl off the thing. But then just as he's walking out the door to work, dad says to her, he's like, I know. Let's have a family picnic in 3.5 hours. You do all the work. I'll see you then.
You make me the solid brass balls on this gentleman to just be like, you seem stressed. Make me a picnic. Bye.
And she's like, I clearly don't have time. That's dumb, right?
Yeah.
Like today? And he's like, great, I'll be back at noon. Have that shit ready. You're welcome for the picnic.
Yeah, it's like, oh, your silly woman stuff. That doesn't matter. Push it back. Do it tomorrow.
Yeah, and the Byrds, by the way, are not happy.
Yeah, the Byrds are like, fuck, please kill me. We're done with this.
And the husband seems to have no idea what's going on. He's like, yeah, I'll take you to lunch. You can just tie the kids to the floor or weigh them down with stones or something. I don't know. It'll be fine.
Do we know any kidnappers? We might know some kidnappers, right?
Could she be abducted in plain sight now on Netflix?
We have a priest. I bet he'd spend some time with our boys. All right. So she's momming super hard. Tommy is now shoving sand up his brother's ass.
Come on. This goddamn movie is a preview for we need to talk about Kevin. We need to talk about Tommy.
Tommy is a sociopath.
Yeah, she's like, stop sandblasting your brother. But we just said we only do that to black protesters. We just said before.
Yeah, she finds some weird stuff in the bedding, too. Like, she's like, oh, there's something in here. And there's like a teddy bear. And then she finds something else and she's like disgusted by it. And I couldn't see what it was because the video was old and grainy.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looked kind of like cheese. Was it cheese?
Baby Heath runs in the room. That's my later cheese. Fuck you.
Midnight snack.
I love later cheese.
In his bed.
Oh my God.
Having some later cheese alone in your house.
I like to spread out a little pile here and there, so wherever I am throughout the apartment.
Ooh, it's like being at a party, except I like everyone here. Numbity num. Later cheese is now cheese.
He's trying to offer some cheese to his scotch.
All right, so now we got to the picnic.
I just have little Ziploc bags of scotch hanging off like clothespins.
We've got like a hamster feeder. He just
I was
licks
just
the
thinking
ball.
like a hamster tank. Nam.
So, all right, now we got to the picnic. Dad's pretty pleased with himself on this picnic idea. He's like, yeah, you said this was going to be a lot of work, but I didn't have to do anything. I guess you were wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the best.
And she's like, Tommy, go watch your kids. Like, sure, put the future serial killer in charge of his siblings. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, yeah. They were using cut footage from The Bad Seed for this.
Yeah, no, this is how you wind up with kids like me.
Go pay attention. Don't let your brothers drown. We only do that to black protesters.
So yeah, and so she says at one point, like they're chatting back and forth, the kids are out of the scene for a moment, and she's like, hey, would you mind like not constantly being an asshole every time we interact? But then he gets sad puppy eyes, so she apologizes and swears that she'll wife harder next time. Like throughout this movie, she has the most reasonable complaints about her husband, and her husband is just like, I thought I'd hit you in the face with my dick. What?
Yeah. And he says, what's wrong with us? Where's the spark? And I just wanted her to be like, outfit stuff. Montage.
Well, he literally asks her, so why don't we talk anymore? What happened? And she's like, oh, well, I would always love to talk. He's like, shut up, men are talking.
I wasn't done yet. She starts crying at one point, and he goes, oh, for Pete's sake, what now? Fuck you, dude.
Oh, when she's crying. When she's
Just
crying.
leave him at Tommy's mercy at this point, goddammit. Fuck this guy.
When she's crying, he's like, no, talk to me now. Talk to me now. I expected him to put 20 seconds on the clock and make her tell him what's fundamentally wrong with their relationship and only using puns.
But he's like, yeah, go ahead. Fucking talk right now. Window open. 2, 1. Too slow. I gave you so much time.
Well, and also there's this great moment where they like share with each other what each of them wanted in the marriage. And the wife is like, I wanted you to comfort me and help me through my fears and insecurities and love me with intensity. And the husband was like, I wanted eggs that were made already. Also, I didn't want you to age.
Yes! He didn't expect her to age.
What?
It's pretty awesome. I mean, to be fair to this movie, nobody wants to watch a movie about realistic couple fights. I didn't say you always did that. I said I think you forgot that you did that.
I don't think I forgot.
Okay, well then I remembered incorrectly for the second time.
You must have.
Yep, that is what must have happened.
Yep. Well, it did.
Cool.
Really? Just right here in the living room.
It's a playhouse for the kiddies.
It's 23 feet tall.
They need multiple floors.
They need 7. It blocks the front door.
Not if you go up on the ramp.
First ramp.
What?
I said it's fine. I'm sure they'll love it.
More scotch, Heath? Why, thank you, Heath. You're kind of a wild card, aren't you? Yes, I am.
He is happy. Look at him. Having a good time with himself.
All right. So, and then he, and by the way, if you ever want to end a marriage real quick, this is a great way to start. He says, I guess the problem is that my mom was a better wife than you.
Oh, yeah, my mom was a slave, so I figure, slave.
Yes.
And then, like, as though he's conceding something, he goes, I wouldn't want a perfect wife anyway. Totally. And your friends are hilarious.
Well, I love this moment where she's like scraping the bottom of the barrel for compliments to try to find something nice to say about him, and he doesn't notice.
Oh my God. She goes, you know what I love most about you? Security. And it's, whoa. If Anna ever says the thing she loves most about me is security, there will be a loud pop and the conversation will be over.
Yeah, it's like literally. So yeah, no, the good things about our relationship are that, you're there.
Yes. Yes.
I love how you take up space.
I love how you to be. You are. I love how you is.
Which implies
you think, therefore.
Yeah. Do you think therefore? It's not. I know it's not reversed.
All right. So, but then the kids start bitching, and they have to go see what what Tommy's pulling the wings off of. So we cut to another scene. Dad's unloading groceries. Dad is dadding, but that's easier than momming. And they get into another fight instantly.
Oh my God. She goes, can you warm up a vegetable for the baby? So I don't know that meant in the 1960s.
Weird just phrasing. Did you heat up one single vegetable?
You just
What?
popped a carrot in a microwave until it was soft enough to shove at your baby at lightning speed? Noah, help us out here.
Oh, yeah, I had babies in the 60s. I know all about that. Yeah.
But he's so mad that she suggests that he heat up that carrot that he, like, packs his shit and leaves forever, practically. Like,
Yeah, goes out for a pack of cigarettes.
Yep.
he sprints from the room.
Yeah, so he goes to, she asks him to do it, and then he gets distracted by something. She comes in, she's like, are you doing that? And he's like, I'll do it in a second. She's like, I'll do it myself. And the soundtrack is pretty sure he's going to stab her to death for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was 99% sure he was about to hit this woman and credits. Like, he was the good guy. Like, that was the end of the movie. And it was just like a PSA at the end. Fucking Mitt Romney walks out, just like,
Sometimes
don't
your
be
wife
uppity.
needs it.
The Mormon you know.
Fragile Masculinity, the movie.
All right, I'm sorry. I don't want us to completely pass over The Mormon You Know. That was pretty
Oh,
goddamn
no,
good.
that's good.
Thank you. Fun.
Oh,
And of course, her inner monologue, he storms off and sulks because he didn't warm up the vegetable correctly. And her inner monologue is basically, I guess it's my fault our marriage isn't better.
her inner monologue is like, well, Donna, you opened your lady hole again, didn't you?
And they conclude with like, well, there's been literally nothing positive about this entire marriage. Maybe we should change ourselves fundamentally, and that's the issue.
Yep.
Or
Yes.
Yeah.
is it a crazy institution and Heath is absolutely right? It's one of the things I said. It's one of those two things.
Yeah.
Or these two people just shouldn't be fucking married, and this could be a
Yeah.
divorce. Sorry,
I'm
Heath.
pretty sure Heath is nailing it.
No, me and Lucinda's existence kind of fucks up your theory. But
You
yeah,
sure?
but imagine
How much later cheese do you have?
More than
much
you.
as I want,
More than
as
you guys
much
do by
as
a
I
lot.
want.
Winning. I'm winning like Charlie fucking Sheen.
So okay, I'm gonna have sex later today.
He has the AIDS virus.
So
I will too.
The AIDS virus.
I'm gonna
High
cut
score.
out my setup for that. It's so nice to be the editor. I'll cut out my setup for that.
Everybody wins.
Except Charlie Sheen. All right, and that's the end of the movie, right? Well,
That's it.
They're like, oh well, we got mad at each other. Let's not do that anymore. And then they hug, and the Byrds aren't angry anymore, right?
They don't just hug. They have an aggressive rubbing their face together like they're trying to share chapstick kiss.
Like they're trying to shave the faces down a little, like they're whittling down the
Yeah.
noses. Yeah.
Like she's just trying to get as much razor burn from his stubble as possible. It looked painful.
All right, so we watched 2 films today, or 0, depending on how you want to count them. Which was better and why?
No. Reject the point.
Nay. I'm going to go with For the Byrds because I now get husband points just by not being Tommy. So I'm nailing it. Nailing it.
That's fair. I'm going to go for the Byrds because of creative fashion choices.
Ooh,
Well, there you
yeah.
go. And I'm also going to go for the Byrds because the other one has already been purged from my memory.
Fair.
So, Anna, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us today, but damned if Eli can't try. Valentine's Day is coming up. If our audience wanted to hear a little more from you, where should they go?
I have an album on iTunes and Spotify and all those music things. You can definitely download / buy that / stream it / add it to one of your playlists and give me money. Yeah, that's good. That's where you can find me.
Awesome. And of course, we'll have that linked in the show notes as well. Now that's going to do it for our review of these 2 pieces of shit, but it's not going to do it for the episode just yet because we still need to donate to Eli's alimony payment. So Eli, tell us what's on deck.
The Missing Christians, a 1952 rapture film.
Yeah. And also, you sound like you're from 1952. It's almost like we were going to do a different movie and then recorded this late and edited it different so we could squeeze into the episode quick before we threw it out. Huh.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I did not say the wrong movie in our other record. That is not what happened.
No, you didn't, and there's no evidence that you did. So with that to look forward to, we're going to bring episode 182 to a merciful close and make the audio sound normal again. Once again, a huge thanks to Anna Bosnick for hanging out with us today, and perhaps even a huger thanks to all the Patreon donors to help make the show go. If you'd like to count yourself among the ranks, you can make a per-episode donation at patreon.com/godawful and thereby earn early access to an ad-free version of every episode. You can also help a ton by leaving a 5-star review on iTunes and by sharing the show on all your various social media platforms. If you enjoyed this show, be sure to check out our sibling shows, The Scathing Atheist, Citation Needed, and The Skeptic Right, available on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever else podcasts live. If you have questions, comments, or cinematic suggestions, you can email godawfulmovies@gmail.com. Legal services for this podcast are provided by the law offices of P. Andrew Torres. Tim Robertson takes care of our social media. Our theme song was written and performed by Ryan Slotnick of Evil Giraffes on Mars. All other music was written and performed by our audio engineer, Morgan Clark, and was used with permission. Thanks again for giving us a chunk of your life this week. For Heath Enwright, Neil Bostic, I'm No Illusions. Promise to work hard to earn another chunk next week. Until then, we'll leave you with the Breakfast Club close.
Blind girl from the first movie and Mormon lady from the second movie eventually got together for a beautiful lesbian relationship. They even threw a surprise coming out party during which they preemptively disowned the Mormon parents.
After Valentine was beheaded, his eyebrows journeyed forth to seek their fortunes.
Theodora converted to Christianity and was executed later that day.
Heath and Later Cheese lived happily ever after.
No. Now it's Robin Hood is giving listeners of scathing... Nope.
Nope, you wouldn't have remembered it. And if you did remember it, you would have remembered it capitalized correctly.
See?
You must have remembered it differently. Must.
Yes, I must have.
Yeah,
That
now
must
it's
have been what
capitalized
happened.
correctly. Thank you, Eli. The preceding podcast was a production of Puzzle and a Thunderstorm, LLC. Copyright 2019. All rights reserved.